So I ditched 7-0 again. Took a little bit. Took about, I guess, a whole week to withdraw completely from it. In a controlled way. What I did was I take less every day. I found the key to it, right, is how much you have with you, how much you buy. Like when I first was thinking, I'm just going to withdraw from it, I'd go and I'd buy like a 10-pack, and I'd go home, and instead of like doing it every day, taking less, the whole thing would be gone by the next day, because it's just how I am. I know a lot of people like that too. So what I had to do was just buy a couple at a time. Now for me, the store is at the end of my street, so it's easy for me to do. So I would just I'd be like, all right, today I'm gonna do 4, you know. So I'd go down, I'd buy a couple in the afternoon. I wouldn't buy 4 and go home, because then I'd take those 4. You know what I mean? You have to kind of ration yourself with keeping the pills away. I mean, you have to buy them as you need them. Because I found it doesn't matter what you think you're going to do with them. If you have them there, you're going to do them, you know. If you're anything like I am, it's impossible. Like I'm one of those guys that as long as I know there's a substance in the house, I'm going to fixate on it, no matter what it is. Like, you know, some people are able to save things, whether it's weed or whatever, so that they have some someday and then pull it out for another occasion, or maybe just even the next day. Not me. I won't sleep until it's gone. That's kind of extreme, but I mean, it's how it goes with me. So yeah, what I did is I just bought them as I thought I was going to need them. And I also was taking the powder kratom. I don't even have to say powder kratom. I said I was taking kratom, because 7-0 has nothing to do with kratom. It was marketed as having something to do with kratom when it first hit the scene, but it's got nothing to do with it. There's no relation. It's just there's an alkaloid in the kratom that they replicated in a lab, right? One of the parts of it, and then from there they supercharge it into this thing that it became what is known as 7-0, you know. So it has nothing to do with powder kratom at all. So, but you got to ration yourself with how many you have around you, you know. At least that's how it was for me. That guy sitting there was the demon dude that's chasing around the fucking van that day. Come on, brother. Talk to me, brother. No, get away. I think he's just really, I don't know, he's really fucked up. And it's hard because we do have all those people around here. And then you have like families like this, you know, they're just trying to, you know, have a whatever. And you can't a lot of times because you have that. Now you have diversity here too. It's like, it's not a place it's not really a good family-friendly vacation spot here anymore. Hasn't been for a while. You know, it's just, I'm glad I live here, but I don't have to worry about kids or, you know, our older family members know the drill. They know how to deal. They know how to get around. Damn, the store's packed. But I gotta go in. Be right back. And the Truman Show continues. It's fucking nuts. Sometimes you just want to fucking, I don't know. It's just, I understand what it is. It's like there's a system at play here, and it's like, you know, you have to just kind of live with it. Sometimes it's not the people's fault. These little people out here are just, they're being controlled by something they don't understand. What do you want to call them? Hylics or NPCs or robot people or 3D people. It's all a distraction, buying for attention, or, you know, whatever it is. It's all about getting you away from what you're doing, throwing you off your game, and you have to ignore it. It's just hard though sometimes, you know. When you have a vehicle or something coming right for you, and you're like, why is this? He sees me, right? No, he doesn't. Oh, he's gonna keep driving. Oh, he's just gonna buzz me. Oh, okay. Glad you just buzzed me, because I didn't want to be hit by that. You know? Yeah, whatever. What are you gonna do though? You know, it happens a lot when I'm doing this. Like when I'm not doing this, I'm just walking by myself. I don't get hardly, come to think of it, do I get any Truman Show when I'm not? And what I mean by Truman Show is the idea that it feels like everybody is sort of heading toward you, or, you know, trying to interfere with what you're doing or approach you, or cars running you over, people mocking you on the street. There's always that plausible deniability thing, though. Like, oh, these people are just waiting at the light. What are you talking about? You're crazy. You know what I mean? It's the Goldilocks kind of nature of the realm. You know, he was going to drive there anyway. He just drive his motorcycle on the sidewalk no matter what, whether you were there or not. It's like, I don't know. I don't know if that's true. It's all right, though. I've been dealing with it really since 2017. You know, when it's all this stuff kicked off for me. It's been like that. Speaking of 2017, my friend Craig was down here the other day. I hadn't seen him in a long time. I thought he disappeared, but he was in fact alive. And I went on a walk with him, just to walk around, see what's going on. He's staying down here in town at a hotel, and says he'll be able to maybe do some episodes with me to talk about that, how this all started. He's not really dealing too much with it anymore, and that I know of, or from what he says, he has more trouble with like regular people, like girls and stuff like that. Or at least we didn't get too into it. We were just catching up on stuff. Like, it had been a while since I've seen him. He goes away for a while, like months at a time usually, but then he'll just turn up with like crazy stories. But this time he was gone for like 2 years, so it was kind of weird. But yeah, he's back. Hopefully I can get him on. We can talk about some of that stuff. Looking at a thing in the news about how this rise in youth crime, as like there's been these gun incidences and stuff, and you know, everyone's trying to figure out what it is. I mean, it's like no one can say it. No one can say it. You know, no one can talk about it. That's how cucked this state. Well, it's very liberal. It's a very liberal state. I told you before, like they will take a graping in the street, them and their children, before they'll say anything mean about brown people. It's just how it is. So it's never going to be solved. It's going to get worse and worse. It's like you bring the people here that do that kind of shit, you're going to have that kind of shit going on. And I know people have seen it, you know, noticed it. People talk to me about it, but no one will say it, and you know, no one in the media is ever going to make mention of it. I go into those little spaces where they do that, where they talk about that stuff on like websites or comment areas and YouTube videos that are done by the news, and I always say stuff like that in there, and I'm sure it horrifies people because people are so fucked, you know, they're so cucked out that they won't, you know, they'd never admit that's what's going on. It's too bad. Damn, I gotta watch this thing. I just did like a couple minutes in the mall that didn't come out. It manifested itself instead as a fucking picture. Because I'm walking and I'm like, I noticed it stops recording. I'm like, what the fuck? It does that a lot too lately. It just stops recording. And so I went to look at it. I said, well, how long was the video that I started in the mall? And I saw that it's not a video, it's just a picture of me inside the mall. That's what you took. You were babbling to nothing. I was talking about the Goldilocks plausible deniability nature of the reality, and an example of it just happened in the while I was in Target. I'm at the self-checkout, right? And as it's way over up on the side. Of course, I always go to the one most isolated one when no one is around. But unfortunately, behind in that area are football cards and like sports cards. So I go over to there's no one there when I first get there, of course. And then as soon as I start running the fucking shit through, I got a huge fucking crowd behind me. And I can smell everybody's cologne. I can kind of figure out what people had to fucking eat for dinner. I took a picture here to show you how close this group was to me. And now you can look at that and go, dude, they're just checking out football cards. What the fuck? I know that's not true though, because I see this all the time. Wherever I go, I get a bunch of people whereby, it's a fucking Truman Show thing. And it's because this happens over and over and over and over. Every time, every instance, I have this going on. It just happens to be the one time when people, like, I know football cards are really popular. You know, is it football season even? I don't even think football season's on. Don't know, don't care. But it was a good example of, like, no one's there. I'm there. A lot of people there. And it's like, well, you know, football cards, right? It takes a while to look at them. They come in all different boxes, different packs. And it's like, you know, well, how long do you need to look at football cards, you know? Well, it's like, how long are you going to be using the checkout? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, just about that long. It's going to be just about that long. Just saw something kind of wholesome. This group of people standing on the other side of the street. I think they had just gotten off a bus. They were loudly singing happy birthday. Like this person, whoever. All cheering. And when they come walking across the street to my side, everybody on my side stopped them and told them happy birthday. It's kind of nice. I like to see things like that. Because you don't get a lot of that. You usually get, you know, the opposite of whatever that is. So yeah, just quick stroll through the... Oh yeah, I fucking was supposed to talk about how I'm done with 7.0. Isn't that how I started? I started this about that. I forgot that's what it was about. Well, just because I'm done with it doesn't mean I'm not going to do videos on it anymore. I'm still going to do videos on it because I think I had an experience here with this stuff over the last year that I think I have data points that I think are pretty useful to people that may be having the same problem themselves. I mean, it's I guess valuable sort of information, especially since it's a new thing. What's up, John? It's a new kind of addiction. It's a new kind of problem. So there's not a lot of experience with it. And if I can add to that knowledge base, I will. So I'll be still doing videos on it, but for myself, I'm done. I thought of it just now because I saw that the 7.0 store, and I was going to say, oh yeah, I went there yesterday and all I did was buy incense. I didn't even buy the 7.0 anymore. But yeah, I forgot kind of what the fuck I was doing. Sometimes when I get out here, I have a plan. Like, not a plan, but at least a very loose idea of a couple things I want to talk about. And then I get out here, and like the security system turns on, the radar turns on, the what the fuck is this guy over here doing turns on, and then you have to be like, sometimes it all just goes out the window. You have to improvise on the spot. Then you have the Truman Show problem. Got a lot of problems. Now you can say, you don't really have a lot of problems, you're just crazy. And I said, well, that's the Goldilocks nature of things. Maybe it's both. It could be both, right? Till next time. Don't blame the teacher, blame the school.